I have like the big community board where I encourage people, put up flyers.
Right.
Put up anything because we got to help each other out.
Yes.
I mean, we're either going to sink or swim, and let's sink or swim together.
This is Don't Fear Grit with Rob Taormina. Marketing strategies and advertising technologies to help you build a better business.
Hey guys, welcome back. And today, not only do we have some amazing food, but the person behind this, the owner of a local restaurant.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good.
So I want you to introduce yourself because by the time we're done, everyone's going to be so hungry. They're going to want to know where you are. And they're going to, yes. So tell them who you are, name of your business, where it's at, all that good stuff.
All right. So my name is Krista, and I own Pita Pit. It's a franchise, first on the island. So I'm very excited about that. And we're at 812 Wheeler Road in Hauppauge, right near Five Guys. Not to shut them out, but Hauppauge. So, yep, right off Vets Highway.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So Pita Pit, now I'm going to be honest with everyone. I recently had Pita Pit for the first time. We did an event here, and you guys were one of the sponsors. You brought in some food, and I had it, and I've been dreaming about it. It's amazing. Yeah. Holy cow.
Yes.
Like the food is absolutely delicious. Let's launch right into this episode, and I want you to tell everyone why Pita Pit versus other franchise opportunities.
Yeah, well, I like the concept. I wanted to find something that's not here. Long Island, it's hard because everything is here already.
Yeah.
So I went to Google and I found something that's everyone's diet trends are starting to change.
Yeah.
They're getting away from the heavier foods and the burgers and
they're becoming more health conscious.
They are becoming more health conscious, and vegetarians and vegans, gluten free is becoming very huge, very big.
Yeah.
So I just Googled what is in here.
Is that
what's
right?
Healthy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I saw Pita Pit and I'm like, So I called them up.
Yeah.
Went to Idaho. They're based out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Wow.
So, So it was a Canadian, actually, business. And then the United States bought into it. We flew out there. I went for a Discovery Day, it's called. Okay. I never tasted a pita ever. Even, that was the first time I ever tried it.
Wait a minute. Well, the first time was when you flew out?
Flew out, yep. The closest one is in Hoboken. So unless I want to drive, Hoboken's a lot closer than Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, but let's just go for it.
Yeah.
I took my mom, my business partner,
wow,
with me. And we went to Pita Pit and we met the whole board there, and I had to, tell them about me.
Sure.
Because they're picky on who they want to.
So there's a presentation process.
Yep. I had to actually do a whole PowerPoint, which I've never done in my life.
Oh
so I'm putting pictures of my kids and
Did you
I
really?
didn't know what I was putting.
Did you practice leading up to it?
No.
You didn't.
You can't practice.
So you just put it together and you were like, I'm gonna just
I think
trust.
It was like last minute. Yep. And
no,
then
like on the plane.
On the plane out there, there was a guy sitting next to me. He had a seizure. He passed out on my shoulder. I'm like, oh my god. I don't know if it's destined to be. I should be doing this.
Wow.
But so we went there, and I really liked the idea when I saw it. I'm like, wow, it's not a doughy, thick pita bread. It's just, it's really good, and it's a lot more vegetables, and it's fresh, and it's healthy, and I loved it. Yeah. When I tried it for the first time in Idaho.
Right.
So I came home.
Okay.
And we signed up.
And you were hooked.
And I was hooked.
So were you going out there to just present, or was it really a discovery for you? Like, do I want to?
It was a discovery both.
It was.
Absolutely.
For both sides.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I was interested in tropical smoothie. I was looking at a Dickie's barbecue pit. I was I was all over the board with it. Yeah. But tropical smoothie, there's 8 million of them on the island. I'm like, everyone wants different.
Yeah.
So this was similar to it. And so I said, let's go and find out about them and find about me. It was nothing written in stone that I had to sign there, so it couldn't hurt. Okay. It was a nice vacation away from my kids, so I'll take it.
When was that? Like from because I know you recently launched in what, December?
December we opened. Yeah.
Okay, so you're fresh into your launch. When was that day that you flew out there? How long ago?
March of 2017.
2017. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you're 2.5, almost 3 years.
Like a very long time.
3 years into it almost. Yep. Okay.
March of 2017. Was it 17? Yes.
Wow.
It was
incredible. All right, so you start this whole process, and
or 18. I lied.
All right,
it's close enough.
It wasn't 18. A couple months. It was more than a year, right?
Years,
yeah. So it takes a while, even with a franchise, to open up a business. Yes. Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, what do you think was like the hardest part about opening up a business, opening up a franchise business?
Well, I know nothing about business at all.
Wow.
I've never worked in a restaurant at all.
Ever. So you have no food service experience, no background. Have you ever owned a business?
Nope.
You've never owned a business. You've
I
never owned a business. No, I love this.
Yeah.
I think this is so human about this, and I think this is why people are going to love you and love your business. So you never owned a business before. You've never worked in the food service business before, and here you are. you're hustling and you're pursuing this idea of opening up a brand new business through a franchise. You're flying out almost blind.
Completely blind.
Completely blind. Yep. I mean, a lot of people would be like, oh my God, that would make me so nervous. I think a lot of people don't pursue it out of fear of the process. Yeah. And here you are, you're pushing and you're doing it. Tell me now, you fly home. Yep. You made a decision. Yes, I'm going to do it. And now you sign that contract, whatever it is, and you start. What did you have a moment? It was like a little scary after that. You know what it was, but then it took forever from the time that we actually signed to get going, where the excitement, everything was like, all right, this is never gonna happen. Like, okay. So you lose it after a little bit. Like, it was exciting, it was nervous, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Then finding a location was another disaster. Okay. Because they wanted me in certain spots, and I wanted. No one knows Long Island. They don't have one here, so they don't know Long Island. Like so I'm trying to tell them where, they like the bar scenes and Port Jeff I was looking at. And it was, thank God I didn't, because I didn't want to be open until 4 a.m. 9 o'clock we closed. So it was hard. Yeah. But the excitement was there, and then like I said, the construction took about 1.5 years. Right. Okay. So again, it was like, this is never gonna happen. Yeah. Finally, when it did, it was so surreal. Yeah. What was that real moment for you? It's like, wow, this is really happening. Day after grand opening. Really? Yes. Yep. All right, let's relive this together. All right, you have your grand opening. Because, by the way, I want to talk about everything leading up to the grand opening, but you have your grand opening. Mm-hmm. It's the day after. Why was that your moment for you? It was my oh shit moment. Really. Okay. It was. Yeah. Where I was so exhausted. Yeah. And I thought I knew the pita world, and I thought I knew everything. And I literally went home and I cried. Yeah. I cried. It was the longest day of my life. Yeah. It was so exciting because I met so many people, and so many people were so excited that we were there. Mm-hmm. So all day of smiles, and they don't see the struggle that you're like, I'm exhausted. I've been chopping onions more in that day than I've ever in my entire life. You know what I mean? And I got a family of 4. So it's just. So let me guess, when you're going home, you're not chopping onions at home. To bed. You go to bed now. I'm lucky I take a shower. Yeah. It's that real. Opening a business, launching a business, running a business is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my life. So I can relate to that. And I know a lot of people can relate to this moment. Is opening a business, running a business is hard, right? Yeah, it's very hard. And the franchise makes it harder because they're great. The franchise is absolutely great. They give me freedom. But people, when they look at a franchise, like, oh, it's a big corporation. Oh, no, it's not. It's me trying to feed my children. Exactly. It's me putting my kids in sports. It's me, you know, and I'm the one working it. They're not working it. They help me. I'm not, and I definitely love and appreciate them because I couldn't. They give you the brand. Yes. And the marketing and certain things, but I'm there every day. Of course. Open to close, and no one understands. And I get it, because until I was on this side of the fence, I didn't get it either. Yeah. I'm like, why is there crumbs in the bagel store floor? Like, I know exactly now why there's a crumb on the bagel floor. Because they're tired and they wanted to go home. Leave the crumbs there. The mice will eat it and it'll be fine. Like, you're tired. I know. I get it. I totally understand. Yeah, it is a hard process. And this is why we talk about, grit is, you go into business and you need to persevere and be a little gritty in order to be a business owner. You have to be gritty. Yeah. You have to be willing to understand the fact that you're going to be working before and after everyone. Yep. And that's the funny part, because, I tell my staff all the time, you're going home. Yeah. At your time when you clock out, but I have to finish those dishes that took you 2 hours to do, and I'm tired. Yeah. Thank God I have really good staff. Yeah. Because that's hard too, with the wages of the island. Oh, of course. It's hard. But I'm happy to be here. Finally. I'm so happy too that you were able to land on Pita Pit. Now, I didn't know about this franchise. Yeah. I remember years ago I looked into some franchise opportunities, and I was so overwhelmed by that process. I thought franchising is easy, an easy way to open a business. And when I started, I realized, holy cow. Yeah. They do have this like brand in a box and their support that, my goodness, it wasn't like set it and forget it. They give you a franchise disclosure document that's like 400 pages. No. And I'm like, do I actually read? Like, do I have to read this? Like, I called a lawyer, a business lawyer, and like, I can read it for you. Smart of you, by the way. But they're not going to change anything because you're a franchise. So you want to waste money and let me read it for you? I'm Pour a glass of wine and just sit there and read it.
I read it. Yeah. And I did read like, most of it, but it's gibberish. Like I said, I'm not a business owner, so it's Chinese to me. I don't know what I'm reading. Yeah.
Franchising is a crash course in business. And a lot of Google came into play. Oh, when I look for something, I go right to Google, and I Google it 3 times because 2 out of those 3 sites are wrong. So you got to find the right one. You know? Yeah. Now, as a business owner, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to say something. I know oftentimes is people will approach a business and they think, you own a business, therefore you are rich, and you should give me a discount. Yeah. Right? Oh my goodness. They say it all the time. Like, you make more than me. You wash the dishes. Right. Like, it's crazy. You want to switch the loan for your paycheck? Then I'll switch it. Like, we can do that. Yeah. No, it's hard, especially in the front end. Like a brand new business owner, the first 3 years, Most businesses make a donuts, $0. That's just the reality of it because they're still building up their business. Takes a lot of sweat equity, you know. And you're in that phase right now. You're in the stage of sweat equity, building your business as a staple in this community, getting lots of people to know about it, you know. And the fact that you know you came on as a sponsor and you were at the event and you're doing the right things. You need people to taste your food, see you, and know where you are. Yeah. And the more people that do that, they'll start coming and coming. Yeah. You know, that's one thing about, I don't know, do you live in the area as well? Oh, so you're not that far. So you are this community. Yes. I grew up in Nassau County. Okay. You know, so for all of our listeners that are like global or national, Long Island is broke up pretty much into two counties, Nassau and Suffolk County, and it is still there's a lot of people. There are more people in Nassau and Suffolk County than I think like in some states. You know, it's crazy. There's a lot of people here, but I grew up in Nassau County, which is much more densely populated because it's a little bit closer to Manhattan. And as you go further east, now you're in Suffolk County. It's amazing when we moved out here. Is the communities out here are so tight. It's a little bit old school in the sense that, you know, you do know your neighbors. I didn't know my neighbors growing up. I'm going to be completely honest, you know? And it was...
they're closer over there.
Oh my God, they're right on top. No, we're right on top of each other, you know, but we you know, we didn't really know our neighbors that well. You know, here, you know your neighbors down the block, you know, the local business owners. It's a very, very much a community, like legitimate, the definition of community. It's wonderful here. So it's a great place to have a business because I think they care about local marketplace. They care about local businesses.
And they're willing to share. And you know, when I first got into the franchise, they said, call other business owners and talk to them. I'm like, no one's going to want to tell me. Lo and behold, they do. Yeah. They want to talk.
100%.
And, you know, Jen Singer.
Yes.
She was great. I mean, they like literally will take you under their wing. And I was afraid to approach it because I didn't, you know. I don't know. I'm like, no one's going to want to waste their time talking to me and like, who are you? Like,
I think that actually is true in some other communities around the country because I've seen that. We work with a lot of clients all over the place. And trust me, most communities are not going to be that open to share secrets. This is very different because I think all the businesses, they want the town to do well. So it's like that old concept, the tide rises for all ships. And everyone is fully invested into that. And so that's why you'll see a lot of businesses will help shoulder some of the burden to help build another business that's coming in the area because it just benefits us.
It benefits all of us. And I have like the big community board where I encourage people put up flyers, put up anything because we got to help each other out. Yes. I mean, we're either going to sink or swim, and let's sink or swim together.
I think that's a really great tip, by the way. Like even in your business, you probably have a lot of foot traffic. I mean, I love giving other businesses a platform to promote themselves. And I think you're doing a great job of doing that. You have that board, that business board. I think more businesses need to buy into that concept. Because if you decide to close off to all the businesses, you're going to make it that much harder for yourself. You know, but if you open that door, you network strategic partnerships.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
Another food place is coming next to me, so everyone's like, "Aren't you scared?" I'm like, "No, I'm not scared. I encourage it."
Right, they're going to bring more traffic.
They're going to bring more traffic.
I agree with that.
You know, you can't eat the same thing every day as much as I love pitas. Yeah, you know, you physically can't. So anyone to come. You know.
I totally agree. Now, I can't say what the product is yet, but so I'm an investor into a certain product. And that it's been now about 18 months of development, and we're very, very close to coming to market with this product. Now, when we first started to develop it, there was no one that had it. And so the person that I invested into this, and you know, she came to me panicking. Oh my gosh, I just found out that another competitor is going to be releasing a product, and she panicked. And you know what I did? I rejoiced. I'm like, let's go celebrate. Because what this other company is going to do for us, because they're going to launch before us, and I'm okay with it, they're going to create the market a little bit. Let them spend all those extra dollars, create the interest. We are confident in our product as well, and let them do that. And now there'll be two of us, and that other person finance the market. That actually is good for me. Now I have to spend less.
Well, it's like what Amazon, the Alexa,
100%.
Google.
Yes.
You know, you have two different options, but I know what Google is now. It's the same type of thing as the Amazon, and they went crazy with the marketing.
Oh, without a doubt. You know? That was actually the initial marketing push when Lowe's started to pick up. There was Home Depots all over the place, and if you've noticed, Lowe's is down the block from every Home Depot. They let Home Depot create the market, create the interest, and they just plop themselves in.
Well,
it's
like
advantage.
CVS and Rite Aid or whatever.
And
they're
Walgreens
like across the street from each other.
Crazy.
Like, what are you doing?
I know.
But they must know what they're doing.
It works. Yes, it works. So you know, on a certain scale, it benefits you. There's ways that you can leverage it and take advantage of that. And your approach and your attitude towards like another food service coming into your strip mall is great because it'll bring people who are hungry, interested in buying food. So be present, make yourself available to them, figure that out. But I'm glad to hear that you have that kind of attitude and approach to it. That's amazing.
I hope everyone else does.
Oh yeah. Now I know everyone's really curious. They want me to open this, and I'm going to in a second right here. But can you tell me a little bit about the why? I don't know if you're willing to open up, get a little bit intimate here, but why did you open up a business? Well, you never opened a business, right? And I think it's fine. College. You didn't go to college, right? You
barely graduated high school.
Okay,
I'm gonna be completely open with you.
No, that's fine. Hey, listen, talking about like college being irrelevant. I went to school to be a doctor. My
different field now.
Well, my degree is like worthless. So that means nothing, honestly. It's grit. Remember, I'm going to say this word a lot. It's all about grit, work ethic. That's all I care about.
And doing something you love.
Oh my God, yes.
I cried the grand opening. I loved being there.
Yeah.
I loved meeting people. I've literally made friends.
That's amazing.
They come in like every day.
Yes.
And I know them and I'm like, hey, it's just you can appreciate it, and I don't mind going to work every day.
Yeah,
I want to go home a little early.
Of course.
I don't mind being there, so that's important.
Oh, of course it is.
Something that I really do love.
Yes, passion is a big part of it. When I hire someone, I don't even request or look at resumes. That's because it's irrelevant to me. I don't care where you graduated. I don't care what your GPA was. That doesn't mean anything to me, actually. I want to know what your work ethic is. Do you like people? Do you hate humans? These are important. Those are important.
Now, your score on a math test in like 1925.
Like sine, cosine, tangent. Like it's ridiculous. But I want to get into it. Like, why did you decide to go into business and open up a franchise?
Well, I was living the dream at home. I had 2 kids at the time. No, 3 kids. My youngest was... No, I had all 4 kids. God, time flies.
Time flies.
But she was 3 months old, so I had 4 kids. Different ages, 15, 9. Logan loves podcasts. I'm showing you Outlook. How was my other one? 4, and then now 3.
So you got to spread them out.
I spread them out. They were all 5 years apart, except the last 2. I did like a 18-month thing. I'm like, let me just bang them out.
I got triplets. I had all at once. Could you imagine that?
I always the first one just sounds good.
Yeah.
God bless your wife.
Yes.
I'm sure she did all the work.
All of it.
Give her the credit.
Yes.
So my husband was a project supervisor for a lead and asbestos company.
Oh, wow.
And he worked his way up. He was started in the field, and he worked his way up, and he worked his way to almost under the owner, in a sense. So he was supervising everyone. He lost feeling in his legs.
Oh, my gosh.
Thought he had diabetes. I'm like, go to the doctor. Like, you need to go, but he has got to go to work. So you keep fighting through. Oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. He didn't get better. Went to the doctor. They rushed him to the emergency room. Said something seriously wrong. And he broke his neck, apparently.
Oh my gosh!
So he was his spinal cord was compressed. He fell down steps at work. We don't know exactly if it happened.
Holy, he must be a tough guy, huh?
Yeah, well, he was a fighter for his family.
Oh my gosh!
He went to work every day. You do what you have to do.
He's the breadwinner.
Yeah, he's the breadwinner. Yeah. I was home living the dream.
I got it.
Shopping at Target every day with my Starbucks in my hand.
Yeah.
That changed quickly, and it does change, and that's why you never know what's going to happen in life.
Wow.
So.
But you guys are a team.
We're a team. And my mom, thank God for her, because she is my backbone. She helps with the kids. She helped with this. Honestly, I couldn't financially back it without her. I mean, it's hard.
Sure.
So she decided, I said, we got to do something. I can't, disability does not cover, and he was making big bucks, and it does not cover anything.
Right.
So that's what we started. I'm like,
wow.
Let's do something that is going to last.
Yes.
You see all these boutique shops, and everything's closing.
Yeah.
I mean, Toys R Us.
Yeah.
That was my
Target. I know.
Targets,
Yeah.
But they're all gone. So I'm like, food is the only real thing.
That's right.
That people, they want it now. They got to eat it. They're not going to order it online, and unless you're door dashing. But you still need the base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To do it. So we went to the food.
Okay.
And that's really where it all stemmed from. So it was him. He had 2 surgeries. He almost died of a pulmonary
gosh.
embolism. It was like, yep.
Wow.
So he got the surgery in July of 17. And then we went.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is an amazing story. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
When we were talking, off camera, even the other day, I didn't know any of this story. This makes it amazing.
It does. And
I really applaud you and your husband, and I know probably in the heart of it when you guys were going through that and had to make that terrible, not terrible decision, hard decision. Like, what do we do next? It must have been hard.
Well, it was always, and I found a job. That was a nice job. I loved it. I still love the people there.
Yeah.
A copier company. I was an assistant to the owner.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it, but it just wasn't, you know,
it wasn't scalable for you.
It wasn't scalable, and I didn't want to work for somebody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something more. I felt like.
Okay.
And I felt like because he's a go-getter, he can't physically work, but come to the store. It's our store.
Yeah.
Get out of the house. Meet people.
Right.
You know, you could do that.
Yeah.
So that's where I thought it would be
probably so good for him to do
yeah,
that.
it is. I mean, he's got to get there. Right now, I'm still learning. It's hard for him to get there.
Yeah.
Kids, but
yeah.
That's why I did it too. I wanted him something that he can get out of the house. You go stir crazy. Whether you're in a store or in your house, you go nuts. You have to change
without
it
a doubt. Especially someone like him, used to being in charge, being someone that really in an important role, being active.
Yeah, it kills him. It kills him.
I'm sure it does.
Yep.
You know, that's incredible. So wherever you are, like your what's his name?
Dave.
Yep. Dave, you're a hero. You are. Honestly, that's amazing. Yeah. So if it's okay, and honestly, push back if it's not. No. But I think like this is something that more people than you think go through. Maybe not with the extent of the injury that your husband, had, but this tough decision where something happens that forces people to literally rethink their whole life. You think, I've got stability in my job. I've got this, and I can predict the next 25 years. One thing happens, it disrupts that process, and they got to figure it out. Yeah. And I think a lot of people get scared, and it pushes them into a place where they make the wrong decision or they compromise. You know?
That's why I don't like telling a lot of people, because everyone has their sob stories.
They do.
And I don't want it to be a reflection, because
no, I think it's good to talk about it.
I don't want people to feel bad.
No.
It happened. You know, and it could always be worse. That's like the motto.
It could.
It could always
you didn't
be
give up
worse.
though.
No, you can't.
You know?
What's that going to do?
Right. You, your husband, your kids, your mom, like you guys didn't give up. You figured it out.
Yep.
It took you a couple years, it sounds like.
We're still figuring it out. Does anyone really ever have it figured out?
Let me tell you something. Even the day that I'm in the grave, I still probably didn't figure it out. You know? I tell that to my kids all the time, and I don't want to like get off topic, but life is a constant journey of learning. Like you are in a constant state of learning always. I tell like my kids, my son, that all the time, and and I tell them like, even though like daddy, I'm like, dad might own businesses and he's working really, really hard. Every single day I'm learning. Every single day I make mistakes too. Yep. And every single day I've got to figure it out, because if I don't, then I'm just going to give up, and I'm like, giving up for me is not an option. I always tell them, failing is not an option. Failing is not an option.
That's the attitude you have to have.
Right. And it sounds like as a unit, you guys get that. It just wasn't an option. You'll figure it out.
Figure it out. I say that all the time.
Let's go to Idaho.
Let's go to Idaho. Have a guy damn near keel over on my shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
I thought he was sleeping. They like nod and like. So I'm like,
it's not funny. I'm sorry for laughing, but like
I felt horrible because I think he was a pilot too. Going to another, so his career probably was done. Over after that. I felt horrible. That's sad. Yeah. But my mom is sitting on the end, completely off subject again. Yeah. And I'm nudging the guy, and she's like, "He's dead." And I'm like, "What are you?" The poor guy's sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
And I turned, he's having the poor guy. I hope he's okay. I don't even know where he is now. But
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's okay. Yeah. All right. So back to your story. Amazing. And I want to explore this more another time, by the way, because I have a feeling there's more there.
There's a lot more.
I'm sure.
Days.
I'm sure you can. But
you gotta bite into your pita.
I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to do that in like 30 seconds. But I want to just share something a little bit, and I want you to just really go into a little bit more detail about it. Is that, so you're gritty. You had a tragedy. You made sense of it, you figured it out, and here you are, and you're a very real person. You live in this Long Island community. Yep. You had a very real situation, and you launched a business, and now, and I'm gonna eat. Yep. You launched a business that is amazing. So, I think maybe something that people might struggle with is I remember I said, they compromise, they make a decision out of desperation, and that just puts you at risk for something. I don't see that you did that. Like, you literally got on a plane, you spent the money, you invested, you flew out somewhere, you researched, you did all this crazy thing, and you found something amazing, delicious, that solves.
I don't know why it hasn't been here. I think I found this little
that's a great point. Like, everything's on Long Island. We have everything.
Makes no sense.
And how is it that this has not broken into this market? We have like one of the best markets in the world.
I'm the lucky winner.
Good for you. Now you own the market.
Now I own the market. Yeah.
So good luck. Oh, so anyone looking to open up a Pita Pit on Long Island, tough.
That's it.
It's hers. You're gonna have to find somewhere else to go.
That's it.
All right. So I'm going to obviously bite into this. Tell everyone, what are some of the food options at Pita Pit, because it's not just necessarily just pita, right?
No, but I have to make a quick thing, because on a foodies group that someone blasted me on the other day.
Okay.
They assumed, and I felt bad for the woman, because she didn't really blast me and my store.
Yes.
She wasn't understanding, I guess, the concept of what Pita Pit is.
Oh, okay.
And what we are.
Fair.
So, it is fair. And I actually responded, I completely appreciate your opinion.
Yep.
She thought they were like, I guess, like a Greek pita, where it's that fat bread that you have to like eat folded.
Oh
type
my
of
gosh,
thing.
yeah.
And so when she saw it, she was extremely disappointed.
Really?
Because she didn't understand the concept of, I guess, rolling it like a burrito. And it's a thinner Lebanese style pita. So it's thin. It's completely different, but it still is a pita.
Yeah.
You know, we just make it like a wrap. So when you come in, it is pitas.
Yeah.
They're especially made for Pita Pit. So
tomato. I think it's a little bit silly, but well done on how you handle that. By the way, I have a whole thing on how to handle bad reviews, but that's another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually like the whole pocket pita. It makes it easier to eat.
That's exactly what the whole idea is. You can eat it while you're on the go. And Long Island, we're always on the go. I mean,
oh my
you're
gosh.
on a time crunch. So
I feel like I can grab this and like drive into the city
can,
and be fine.
I have.
Versus like an open, like typical pita, like a gyro pita, it would be a mess.
It would be a mess.
I would show up to a meeting like painted.
Covered in tzatziki sauce.
Right, I'd be a hot mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a little bit different. So as I'm eating this and biting this and whatnot, you might hear a lot of it's amazing.
All right,
but
go for it.
I want you to educate everyone. What's your menu? Tell everyone.
All right, our menu is we have gluten-free wrap, whole wheats and white.
Oh my
bread.
gosh! Hold on.
God. Baja chicken bacon ranch.
This is amazing. I'm gonna have a Food Network moment right now. This is like a party in my mouth. It's a perfect balance between the chicken, like the proteins, and the sauce. It's not overly saucy at all.
Avocados in that one.
Oh my gosh. I love, by the way, I'm a big avocado fan.
And cilantro.
I
don't know if you like cilantro, but
love
it's in there. All right, guys.
I love it. This is a perfect balance because I'm telling you, sometimes you can get these like sandwiches and it's like too much sauce and it's like a soup on a sandwich.
Yeah.
This is a perfect balance. Wow.
Jalapeno ranch.
Oh my gosh.
That's in there.
This is absolutely delicious. Now, also off camera, you're not going to see him because I told him he's not allowed to be on today's show. But you had the gyro, I think?
Yeah, chicken gyro.
All right, so the producer of the show, his name is Craig. You guys know him. He had the chicken.
Nope.
No,
it was lamb and beef gyro.
Oh,
It was so good. You just downed it. You didn't even know what it was.
You didn't even know.
Even
He had a lamb and beef gyro.
Yeah.
And how was it?
It was great.
He just, if you can hear him, he just said it was great. It was great.
I had no idea.
That's amazing. Now, I know we had a nice spread at the event that we just had. We had some amazing stuff. But go ahead, keep on launching into it. I'm just going to eat and make noises.
We have falafel and hummus and black bean, which is vegetarian. And we just got the Beyond Beef, which I'm excited about because that's like really, really good and it's vegan.
Beyond Beef is vegan?
Yep.
What's in it?
The shirt. It's made of pea protein.
Oh, wow.
So it's good, yeah.
That's actually really, I've been hearing more about that lately.
It's all over. I think Dunkin' Donuts has the Beyond Beef
Yes.
sausage.
Yeah.
But I'm vegetarian. So, yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Was that one of the reasons why you chose
Yes.
this?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you can't find.
There aren't a lot of
I eat pizza
options.
a lot.
Yeah.
And pasta, and that's
No.
really not good.
No,
You know?
for people that are vegetarians or vegans, there's not a lot of like good quality options for them.
Even the falafel, you go to Indian restaurants, usually like deep fried and
Yep.
soaked in oil.
Yeah.
So we just grill it in the secret sauce.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So
it's really
grilled.
good. Yep.
So this is like good for you food.
Yeah.
Like, this is not your typical fast food at all. This is
No.
fresh ingredients.
And I mean fresh. We are chopping vegetables day and night.
Oh my
I get
gosh.
produce every day because I want to keep it as
Really?
fresh as possible. Yes.
Good
Every
for
morning
you.
I get produce.
All right, keep on launching into your menu.
Yep. What else do we have? We have smoothies. So there's the mango tango.
Let me go ahead and model that
Go
for
ahead. Make the ooh and ah. Just don't choke.
you. Ooh, no, this is delicious. Wow.
Yeah. What else do we have? We usually will have
Wow.
soups, but I didn't do them this season.
Wow, my wife
because,
would love that.
Yeah. You're supposed to bring your family.
I'm
right.
absolutely. But by the
Kids
way,
eat free on Sundays.
I will
watched
keep that
one.
in mind. But also, anywhere the triplets go, they have a tendency to take over.
It's
So
okay.
trust
They
me,
could
when we
roll
go,
some pitas with us.
yeah, oh, they would love
Yeah.
that. But yes, they will take over, and trust me, when we go, you will know we're there.
That's great. What else do we have? Salads. So you can get it if you don't want the pita. You can get it. It's either rolled or bowls.
Oh,
If you want it rolled in a pita,
Yeah.
you just get a salad. And then you can get it.
Amazing.
But there's Thai chicken. And actually Pita Pit now is going back to their old menu.
Okay.
So I just introduced this new. It's to Long Island. Now I got to change it again. But that's okay because it's the same basic.
Yeah,
It's just going to be all create your own. So if you want the Thai chicken, you'll get the Thai chicken, but then go create your own. Put all your toppings in.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think people like that because even now they'll get that, but they don't want cilantro or they don't want this or they
Sure.
want that or.
So they still
we'll
have the
make
option of getting what you had on the menu.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But now they can customize it.
Completely customize it. Yep.
That's really cool.
And Pita Pit wants it to be more person to person. They don't want us reading off tickets. It's not, you
Yep.
know. I'm trying to compete with Chick-fil-A that's going to be opening right around the corner.
Okay.
And they're so friendly, those staff.
Yeah.
And that's what I encourage my staff. That's
Customer
the one
service.
thing I want that so bad. I
Yep.
tell them, day I hired him, I said, I can't change the menu because it's a franchise.
Yeah.
But we can figure out how we treat every customer that comes in.
Absolutely.
And hi, how are you? Know their name.
Your differentiator is always going to be how you treat people.
Yep.
Because now there's an expectation of your product better be good. And in this case, your product is freaking amazing, right? So that's not your issue. Problem solved. Your product is freaking amazing. Is your differentiator is going to be customer service. How well can you treat someone else?
Yep.
And you brought up Chick-fil-A. That's their main shtick, is they focus on that. And I think that's probably why people don't mind, getting that type of fast food.
Yeah.
They're
friendly. And I
friendly?
like that. You go into another place and their kids on the cell phone, they're sitting, I'm like, hello, like,
yes.
I've walked out of a few places because I'm
course.
like, no one even turned around, like, just acknowledge me.
Yes.
I'll be right with you.
Yes.
How are you? I'll be right there.
Absolutely.
And I can appreciate it and I'll wait.
Yeah.
But when I'm literally walking in and you're not doing anything, I walk out. I'm that difficult customer too. So I'm definitely on both sides of
is
the
that
fence.
right?
I'm that one.
All right, so you're hard on other people, but you have a high expectation for yourself.
Yeah, of course. And that's my problem too. I do have very high expectations.
Sure.
So especially for myself. So when
Yeah.
other people make a mistake,
Yeah.
and I know I didn't make that mistake,
Yeah.
it gets me more mad. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah. I think you're a healthy type A. It's okay.
I try.
Yes.
My mom wouldn't say so. we get into fights now that we're business partners a lot more.
So, listen, going into business with family is very hard.
It is hard.
It is hard. So you're only a couple months, or I guess you've been going through the process for a couple years, but just wait. That's going to be another thing you have to
You heard
tackle.
that, Mom? Just wait.
Just wait. Yes, it is really, really difficult, but just be mindful of it. It can be done.
Yeah.
Just be mindful of it. So I want to really just launch into this, the whole idea of customer service. It's so very, very important. I recently polled an audience that I have, asking them, what is one thing, I gave them 3 options. What is one thing that would bring you back to a place a second time? And overwhelmingly, it was simply the customer service. It wasn't the product. It wasn't price point. It wasn't geography. It was customer service. Yeah. People literally said, I will drive further, pay more to be treated better.
I believe it.
That's it.
I believe it. I've had a few customers like, wow, you're here every day. They're like, you guys are just so nice.
Right.
I'm like, well, thanks. Like, I hope so. I don't want to be like, but yeah, they do. They come back.
Yeah, I believe it, because honestly, that is the big thing I think that people are looking for these days. You said it before, Long Island has lots of options, right?
Yeah.
And I think, especially Long Islanders, or in general, anyone who owns a business needs to take this advice. If you haven't already, focus on your customer experience. Make your customers feel like they're the hero of every single moment, and you will earn them for life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
I'm going to give you some tips.
Go ahead.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, I know a little bit about the food service industry. I've worked with some clients. I was actually a waiter too.
You just are all over the map.
Oh, I've done.
God.
Listen, I'm one of those guys. I like trying everything a little bit like once. Like I've gotten my real estate license. I've got my bartending license. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to learn this stuff. So one of the thing is I've been in the food service business, but I know the marketing for that pretty well. And they always say in the food service business specifically, you don't market to the first visit. You don't market to the second visit. You don't even market to the third visit, unlike other businesses. You actually have to market in the food service business to the 4th time.
Really?
To the 4th visit. Because they say at the 4th visit, there's a 72% likelihood of that person returning. Versus every other visit, it's between 30 and 40%. It's crazy. It pretty much doubles at the 4th visit. Yeah, so all marketing markets to the 4th visit. So that's why they try to teach restaurants.
So wait till they come in 4 times to be extra friendly?
It'd be extra friendly, right?
The 4th time.
The 4th time, right? But you've
count.
earned them. They're like, you're hooked for life. At that point, like they know your first name, and it's like, they know your Aunt Sally, and they're just hooked on now you. They're hooked on you, the person, the place. They're comfortable. It's like their second home, and they're more apt to come, regardless now of the food. Now the food is irrelevant. No. It's the experience. So you market to the 4th visit. So because of this concept in the food service business is marketing to the 4th visit, they say visits 1 through 3, you do everything you can to earn them. So which means when they're coming in, you give them free stuff. Yeah. And why I'm bringing this up and giving you this tip is that you innately actually know this. You know this. You had free food at the event. And I didn't ask, by the way, I didn't ask you to bring this, right? You reached out to me and said, hey, what would you like? I'm going to bring you lunch. Like you just innately understand the value of earning people's, trust, building relationship, getting them to like the food, you get it. And so this is my second. So I need 2 more.
Just as good? Oh, 2 more. All right.
2 more, and then I'll be at that 72%
right,
mark. But that's what I would recommend for you is number 1, identify every new customer that walked into the door somehow. Figure out a system that enables you to identify a brand new customer because that's your target. You target that person. You say, all right, I need to market them to the fourth visit. So when they're there, it could be simply asking, is this your first visit? It could be that simple. And when they do say yes, after they ring up, you're like, hey, here's my free whatever. Or if you don't want to give anything free and you want to force them to come to the second, here's a great tip. Give them a piece of paper that says, your next pita is on me.
Yeah.
Now it forces them to come back to the second time. But make it specific. Your next chicken bacon ranch, you got to try it. It's amazing. It's on me. So now they can only redeem that for the chicken bacon ranch. So they come, now it's the second. When they come the second time, you say, hey, by the way, have you tried my gyro? They're going to say, no, I haven't tried the gyro. Or you know that they haven't tried the gyro because you're monitoring this stuff. Here is actually a free coupon. I want you to try it. Come back for a third time. I'm going to let you try it. Now they're in for a third time, right? And
they might not have liked the first thing they tried.
Right, and it's only costing you a gyro.
Yeah.
To earn someone at a 72% likelihood to be a lifetime customer is more valuable than that because you'll make hundreds, if not thousands, off of this person eventually.
I have stacks of free pita coupons. I just
oh my gosh!
What to do with them?
But what's key?
I pick and choose.
Buy a specific item. You don't want it to actually because you want to control the experience. So say, hey, did you try this? This is for you to redeem this particular item. Make it specific instead of general. And the idea is to get them for that fourth visit. And I guarantee you, because math doesn't lie, right? Especially at a scalable number like you'll have, 72% of those people that come the fourth time, you'll have for life.
Good to know.
You'll have them for life, which is great.
I'm gonna have to notice.
Yeah. So that's a big part of. Most franchises actually don't even talk about that part of it is marketing to the fourth visit, but it's so important. So that's something you can do on your own.
Yeah.
Because you're in the trenches, you're at your business, you're making the pitas, you're cutting the onions, right? You're chopping all this stuff. Figure out a great system that enables you to identify someone who's a brand new customer and then put them into this funnel. And once they're into this funnel, eventually what you want them to spit out as is a lifetime customer. Yeah. And that's a technique that you could do that.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. So that's a free tip.
Thank you.
So everyone listening, it's a free tip for you as well. But yeah, I mean, so honestly, I want to just thank you so much for coming down.
No, I appreciate it.
I really do. I love meeting with local business owners. It's a passion of mine.
I'll be there for a while.
You're gonna be there, but you know what? You're gonna open up lots more. Yeah. I can tell. You know, you've got the special chops. You got it.
Some days.
Yeah.
Today's a good day.
Today's a good day. No, you've got it. Yeah. And just acknowledge the fact that every day is not going to be perfect. No. But your success story is just continuing. Yeah. Failing is not an option. You're going to keep on pressing forward, meeting new people. Don't be intimidated and afraid about partnering up with people as well. You know, partnerships are not financial necessarily. Right. Partnerships could be just another restaurant, be like, hey, let's team up. Let's do this together.
Well, I'm planning on doing a lot of charity things too.
Get involved.
I want to give back.
Yes.
I genuinely want to, not even for marketing at all reasons. Like, I want to do that. I was a Girl Scout leader. I worked in soup kitchens. Animal shelters.
Oh my gosh.
With my kids.
Yeah. Done it all. You're not afraid to work. That's clear. You're not afraid to work.
After 5, though.
Yeah. And before you know it, your kids will be old enough, and it's like a little.
My son works there.
There you go. It's like a sweatshop. You can just get them all, put them all to work.
He's still looking for
free labor.
So where's my debit card? I'm saving up for that computer you want.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Here's another really great tip that I wanted to give you. Just came to me. And I did this before. I haven't done this particular type of campaign in a while, but you get 2 pretty similar businesses and to actually sort of pay into the pot for a singular marketing campaign. And the idea is that the people receiving it can redeem it at both, right? And so what you either you can make it available only at each other's restaurant is if you buy this, you'll get a free coupon for the other restaurant, right? And so find someone, maybe not, if you don't want to do it in the same strip mall, then find someone maybe a mile away, maybe in a neighboring town. When I did this, I actually did it with 2 businesses that were in the same exact strip mall, and they were both competing like crazy. I'm like, nonsense, guys. Let's team up. Let's do this together. We have a great customer base, and it worked brilliantly. And this particular campaign exploded. So that's another option for restaurants is find another restaurant. Maybe that doesn't sell the exact same thing as you.
Talking about the coffee shop.
Sweetwater.
Maybe,
They're amazing.
Do something with them.
They're good people over there.
I love them.
That's actually a perfect example because they don't sell your product, but they're in the sort of food service business as well, and you can cross-pollinate.
Yeah, we were talking about doing something.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. You're gonna kill it.
I hope
I'm
so.
telling you. The next time you're gonna be on the show, you'd be like, I just opened up my 14th one.
And you could work at them.
Yeah.
So I'm tired. You got all these good ideas.
So honestly, congratulations. Welcome to the community with your business. I want everyone to visit you.
So do I. I'm there every day.
Yeah.
I'm the owner operator.
So can they ask for Krista?
You'll see me.
Yeah. Here, right
there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So come down to Pita Pit. Tell them exactly where it is one more time.
812 Wheeler Road in Hauppauge.
Hauppauge.
Yep.
Your name is Krista. She's the owner. She's there every single day making, honestly, a delicious, fresh. This is not fried. This is legit, real food.
Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
I love it. It's great.
Flavor filled. They got all these terms.
I love it.
I don't cook at home. So don't tell my husband.
Oh, you're done now.
Pitas, that's it.
Yeah. It's like the person who works at like Starbucks. It's like, I'm not making another cup of coffee when I get home.
The house
I'm having
cleaner, right? Your house is a disaster, but everyone else is
perfect. Yeah, exactly. What about online? Where can they find your business first?
We have a Facebook page, Pita Pit Hauppauge.
Okay.
I just started Instagram. I don't even know how to work any of them. I literally just posted it. I don't know. And then pitapit.com. You can order online.
Okay.
And we're on DoorDash. We're on a bunch of
all that stuff. So it's also convenient. They don't have to necessarily come in. They can order
Pickup
on DoorDash.
Is the easiest.
It's the best.
Just order it and it's hot waiting for you.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. What's your phone number?
631-780-6655.
There you go. All right, you guys have all of the information on how you also can have a similar experience that I had of eating this delicious food. Craig had the gyro. I had the chicken bacon ranch. It was amazing. I can't wait to go back. I'm literally gonna keep on going back, and I'm. You guys can hold me to this.
Try a different one. I got to give you 4 coupons for specifically.
There you go. Mark it to the 4th visit. But my goal is to actually eventually have everything on the menu.
You go for it.
Because I love it. It's really, really great. Honestly, you're doing a great job.
I think you like the chicken.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's popular.
I'm in.
All right.
You should be proud of yourself.
Thank
you. Your family's amazing. I applaud your husband for everything that he has done and even doing now. Because he's a part of this.
I applaud my mother. She's the one who deals with me every freaking day.
Is she the saint?
She's the saint.
She's the saint in this whole
thing.
thing.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Every day.
All right.
She still smiles.
All right.
Rolls the pitas with me.
Is that right? What's her name?
Dina.
Mama Dina.
Mama Dina. Yeah.
All right, Mama Dina. Good job, Mama Dina.
Keep
up the hard work. Keep on encouraging each other. You guys are in this together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Everyone needs to go to her right away. Find Pita Pit. Just honestly, I just gave her a tip, and if she's not executing on my tip, you guys let me know. All right, but go there, try her food. It's amazing. It's good for your family. It's fresh. It's good, and we need to support each other. We need to support a local community. The tide rises for everyone. Marketplace. We're in this together, guys. All right, let's grow this community together. Starting right here with Krista's Pita Pit.
That's it.
It's awesome. Thanks for coming down. We're gonna have you back.
I'll be back.
So anytime.
4 times though. After the 4th time, I got you for life, and that's it. You're not getting anything else.
Deal. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, don't fear the process and don't fear grit. We'll see you next time. Take care.